Hello YouTube. I would just want to go through some basic troubleshooting stitches for beginner crocheters. Whenever you learn to crochet, it can be very difficult to know exactly what stitches to go through, and just little things that you're not really for sure of. So I want to try to break things down in this video to help beginner crocheters to understand the basics. So I'm going to start out with a slip knot, and I take my yarn and I put it behind my fingers like this, and I hold it down with my thumb. As I wrap it around, I go over, I make an X with the yarn and flip it this way. I take my hook and I'm going to go under the first loop and grab this second one, and I'm just pulling it through, and I'm going to pull it tight just like that. And then you have yourself your slip knot. So then for your chain, as you can see, I'm going to hold the loose end. I'm just going to hold it down this way. And I hold my yarn with my finger bent like this. There's whichever way is comfortable for you, really. And I'm going to do the chain. So I've taken my hook, and I'm just going to grab my yarn. I just kind of spin my hook around like this and pull it through the stitch. That counts as one chain. You just repeat that until you reach the amount of chain that your pattern calls for. And chain is abbreviated with CH in your patterns for chain. You just keep repeating until, and practice with that until you become comfortable with it, because you'll get the feel of the certain tension that you need to keep on your yarn. And some people, sometimes you want to make your chain a little looser, that way, because you will be working back through it. Okay, so I've got a small chain here. Okay, and I'm going to work back through the stitch. I'm just going to do the single crochet. Single crochet in a pattern is abbreviated with usually SC. So a single crochet is only one chain high. Okay, so we're going to skip one chain. If I can get my camera to focus here. I have this loop on the hook, and then I have the chain that my yarn here is still pulling through. So the one that my yarn is still going through, you can see there, you can kind of see this string right here, this piece of yarn is feeding through this next chain, this one back. So I'm going to skip that one, and I'm going to go to the next one. And I wish my camera would focus better, but I'm just going to stick my needle right through there. So then I have two loops on my hook, and you can see that I just went through the top, the top thread there. Okay, so and if you turn it over, you can see that you have there's three underneath as well. These two are together, and then you have the one that's already on your hook. So I'm just going to grab the yarn, twist my hook around the yarn, and pull it through one time. Just pull it through that first stitch. And then I'm going to wrap the yarn around again. This is also called yarn over, and it's abbreviated in your patterns with YO. Okay, so I'm going to pull it through both of these loops. Pull it through both loops. And then you just continue. We're going to go to the next one. And we grab the yarn over, pull through one, yarn over, and pull through two. So we stick it back through the stitch, yarn over, pull through one, yarn over, and pull through two. You can kind of see this little gap here as you work. You will have a little gap, and that's okay, because most of the time, like if you're making an afghan or a washcloth, or really just basically anything, you always finish, you always go back and you can do a finish row all the way around your piece of work, or you can like put a border. You'll be putting a border on it eventually, so it's okay to have these little gaps here because it kind of makes it easier to work back through. So we're just going to continue all the way down our chain. So if I chained, let's say I chained 20, well, I don't know how many is here exactly, but let's say that my chain is 20, this piece of work here is 20 chains long. Okay, so I'm going to chain 20, I need to chain one extra because I'm doing a single crochet stitch. So I should have 21 in my chain. So that way I have 20 stitches when I go back across. You can go back and count them and you'll have 20. If you, and it depends on what stitch you're using. If you're using a half double crochet, then you are going to chain one extra. Like if you want your length to be 20 chains, you're going to chain one extra for a single or a half double crochet. If you do a double crochet stitch, you're going to need to crochet 22 chains and skip the first 2 chains. That way, like how we skip the 1 chain here for the single crochet, you'd skip 1 chain here for half double crochet. You would skip 2 chains to do a double crochet, or if you're doing a triple crochet, you're going to skip 3. So it sounds a little complicated, but once you finally figure it out and once you work through it, most of crocheting is always trial and error. So I'm going to crochet all the way back down through my chain here, just with a single crochet stitch. And then when I get to the end, I want to show you how to turn your work around. Okay, so I have crocheted all the way, single crocheted all the way through my chain. And I have this 1 stitch left, and you can see the knot right there. That's our slip knot. And you just want to go through that last stitch and do your single crochet. So the end piece is going to kind of, you know, you're going to have, it's going to be a little loose right here. But that's our chain. So if we chained 21, we now have 20 single crochet stitches. So now, since we're doing the single crochet, we're going to chain 1. Now that we're at the end of the row, we're going to chain 1. Okay, and then you're going to flip your work around. Okay, so now you're going to work back in the last stitch that you just made. You can see if I pull this apart right here, you can see the opening. And you have 2 loops. You're going to stick your needle through that opening right there. I'm going to stick it through that opening. And there is 2, you're sticking it through both loops there. The little, I don't know how to really explain what that is, but there's 2 loops there you're going to go through. Some patterns will call for you to crochet into the back loop. If that's the case, you kind of turn your work this way and you're going to just stick your needle through 1 loop. Okay, and that is the back loop. Or they will tell you to crochet through the front loop. So you will go to the one that's in the front. But just for straight stitching, you're going to crochet, you're just going to stick your needle through both loops. And then I yarn over, pull through 1, pull through 2. Stick my needle through both loops, right there, yarn over, pull through both of those, wrap your yarn over, wrap your yarn around the needle, and pull through 2. And you will do that all the way back down the piece of your work. Okay, so I'm going to take this work out and I'm going to show you the different stitches. Okay, so let's say we're doing the half double crochet. Okay, I'm going to chain 2. I've got 2 chained on my half double crochet. I turn my work around. Okay, so now I'm going to wrap the yarn around my needle and I'm going to stick it through this first hole right here, and I'm going to yarn over and pull through the stitch. So now I have 3. I have 3 loops on my hook. I'm going to yarn over and pull through all 3. Well, it won't go exactly like that, but I'm going to yarn over, place your needle through the stitch, yarn over and pull through, and then yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. And you can see you have the 3 loops together there. So you wrap your yarn around, place it through the stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. And this is the half double crochet stitch. Okay, so now we have, I'll show you how to do the double crochet. A double crochet stitch is if you have the chain of 2, turn your work. It's just like the half double crochet as far as you are going to yarn over, put your needle through the stitch, yarn over, pull through 1. Now this is the double crochet, and you're going to yarn over and pull through 2 loops, and you have 2 loops left on your hook, yarn over and pull through 2. So we're yarning over the needle, placing the needle through the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And you can see like the width. The single crochet is shorter and then the double crochet is longer. So you know, each, like the single crochet is a small stitch, and then you have the half double, then you have the double and the triple, and all it is just elongating your stitch. So yarn over, place it through the stitch, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And you just repeat that. Now the half double crochet is usually abbreviated in a pattern with HDC. The double crochet is usually abbreviated the dbcr, double crochet, and the triple sometimes it's also called the treble, and they're just usually abbreviated with the TR and then CR, meaning treble crochet. And sometimes the pattern will call for you to skip a chain, so skip the next 2 stitches. I'm going to chain 2, and I'm going to skip 2 stitches, 1, 2, yarn over, and I'm going to go in the 3rd stitch, pull through, and pull through. So now we have this big opening, but where we chain 2, we still have the same width. If we wouldn't have chained 2, then it would have pulled the work in like this. So now we're keeping the same length all the way across. This is like an example of how you would make buttonholes if you needed to make a buttonhole on a garment or on a scarf or anything like that. Okay. Now I'm going to show you the treble or the triple crochet, and I will finish off. Okay, so for the triple crochet, we're going to have a chain of 3 at the beginning. Okay, when you turn your work around. So like if you was to chain, if you wanted 20 stitches and you're doing the treble crochet stitch, you're going to chain 23. You're going to skip the first 3 chains and then start your stitch in the 4th chain. Okay, so the treble stitch, you're going to wrap your yarn around twice and go through the stitch, yarn over, pull through. Okay, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4 loops on the hook. So we're going to yarn over, crochet through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over and pull through 2 loops. So you pull through 2 loops 3 times. So that's the triple crochet. Wrap your yarn around the needle 2 times. Place your needle through the stitch, yarn over, pull the yarn through the stitch, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, and you can see that this is a much longer stitch than the little single crochet down here. So the single crochet makes your work a lot more closed. It doesn't have the big, like the gaps in it like this. It's used a lot for like baby garments, baby sweaters and stuff like that, and baby hats, and really with my crocheting I mainly use the single crochet stitch and the double crochet stitch, and then there's decreases and increases, so let me show you those. Okay, so I'm just going to go back to the single crochet that we started out with. Okay, so let's say I'm going to do a couple of single crochet stitches. Here's 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so let's say that my chain here, that my piece of work is 20 stitches long. Okay, but the next row says that I need to decrease and I need to have 18 stitches, or well, whatever the case may be. But to do a single crochet decrease, you are going to remember, for the single crochet, you just place your needle through the stitch, yarn over, pull through the stitch, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Okay. Now for a decrease, you're going to stick your needle through the stitch, yarn over, pull through, but we're going to leave these 2 on the hook. You're going to go to the next stitch, place your needle through the hook, yarn over, pull through, so now we have 3 loops on our hook, and we have 2 stitches right here that are, there's 3 stitches that are connected. So you're going to yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. So now you have taken 2 stitches and combined them into 1. So do that again. You're going to stick your needle through the yarn, through your stitch, yarn over, pull through, leave them on the hook, place your needle through the next stitch, yarn over, pull through. Now you're going to yarn over and pull through all 3 loops on the hook. And these decreases you will use a lot in crocheting patterns. So I think that's just about it. If you have any questions, or if there's anything else you need me to explain, please let me know. I made this video for my sister-in-law, who is starting to learn to crochet, and she needed some basics. So I hope this helped you, and if you have any more questions, or if the video quality was poor, anything like that, just let me know. I'll help you in any way that I can. So thank you guys for watching, and please comment, rate the video, and please leave any questions. So until next time, thanks.